Hey, it's Dr. Birchler here from the Chiropractic Health Center, and here with another episode of People Purpose Planet, where we highlight people and local nonprofit organizations that are serving a purpose in our community and by extension making our planet a better place. And today I'm here with Larry Betancourt. He's founder pastor of Champion Life Church, which is in Chippewa Township, currently meeting at Blackhawk High School on Sundays. And Larry and I have known each other for some time, though on an adult level, only really connected in these last few years. But go back to Beaver County Christian School in Geneva.
Yeah, used to teach at Beaver County Christian School when he was a student.
So I had Larry as a teacher briefly in the past. But so we wanted to just go over really Champion Life Church today and really what it does in our community. And so Larry, just what's the mission of Champion Life Church? And I know that could be a big thing, but what does Champion Life Church encapsulate?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me a part of this. So basically our mission statement would be loving all people so they can encounter a God who loves them. So we say like, hey, come as you are and allow God to love you as you are. And so through that, our mission involves, helping people take the necessary steps to grow in a relationship with God.
Wonderful. And so you have a history, and of course we know each other, but as a youth pastor in some other churches and things, and then I know from a business standpoint kind of what it means to go out on your own and start your own thing and some of the risk involved in that. And you went through that process and starting a new church from the ground up and the challenges. Why did you decide to start Champion Life Church, and maybe why here? What did you feel was the need?
Yeah. Well, it was obviously a God thing. I came to Geneva from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. And then and I youth pastored in the area for 25 years. And then I heard the call, to plant a church. And when you mean hear the call, it's just something in my heart. Because I did Young Life at Blackhawk High School. And so out of youth pastor for 25 years, God was leading us into a next step. And so little did I know that we would start a church where I used to do youth ministry at when I was a college student. 25 years later, we would plant a church in Blackhawk High School. And so I just felt that God was directing us here. I'd heard that there hadn't been a new church in 20 years here in this Beaver Falls, Chippewa area. And I answered the call. So,
And so in your mind, in terms of the way that you do church and maybe how you were going to serve the community, what would you say if somebody said, well, what's different about Champion Life? What are some of the things that you feel like you do that makes Champion Life unique, different, and really, a good...
Well, first, we're in a school, and so we make a school a church, and we bring in coffee, and we even make the bathrooms look good with bottled water. No, what makes us a little different? All churches basically in our area, great churches, have the same foundation. But because of my youth pastor experience, I kind of felt that I wanted to be who I was as a child of God and present Jesus kind of in a way that's easy for people to relate. So, and not to say churches aren't relatable, but I'm a relatable, relational guy, and so we try to have a relatable, relational church. And so that's kind of been a little bit of who we are and why we do what we do like that.
Cool. And then so can you give us examples, like what are some things that come to mind if you say maybe a story or a people or something that really encapsulates the mission of Champion Life Church in a real example? Like what difference is it making for people?
So I grew up in a Catholic church, came to Geneva College Presbyterian, got involved in a Pentecostal church and started working for just a non-denominational church. And so that's a lot, but I just wanted to present Jesus as Jesus is. And so I think our approach has helped people take that step who aren't maybe churchy people but feel comfortable. So two quick stories is one. There was she's 80 now, 75-year-old lady who came to our church for the first time. Grew up here in Chippewa area, went to Methodist Sunday school or VBS when she was a kid. Never really stepped inside the church. Saw that our church was having we did some special events. Came and she's never walked away, and so we were able to connect. with this woman there and make church kind of friendly for her. And then right across the street, there was a family right across the street from Black Hawk High School. For 5 years, they would see our flags, and finally they decided, well, we're going to come check that church out. And so that family comes on over. They weren't really faithful in going to church. You know, they grew up in a church, but just kind of didn't make it a part of their lifestyle. They came. They liked our vision. They liked who we were. They liked that we were welcoming. And here that family, both that this man, Nick and Jen, who I'm talking about, both are now solid leaders in our church and making a difference. And they said, why did we come 5 years ago? And I said, because it was the right time to come. And it's great to see their family. So yeah, it's kind of what we're doing.
All right, so could you touch briefly on some of the things Champion Life does as one of your key I guess values is to serve the community,
absolutely.
and you do that in different ways that I'm aware of. But can you just share with us some of the things you do, whether it's local community,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even overseas, church plants in support of things that you really say, yes, we do church and that's important, but how are we sharing that love and supporting people, whether here or elsewhere?
Right. Yeah. So obviously the value is for people to know Christ, but then also to go out and help others know Christ. So we do that through what we call servolutions, and so we want to serve the community. So we pick up trash after all the home football games at Black Hawk. We are really involved here in the community where we help any serve days here with the nature walk in the garden here in Chippewa and the trash pickup days. We are actively involved with Tiger Paws, and we just started connecting with Stand in the Gap Ministries in Beaver Falls that helps with sex trafficking. We participate not just here locally, but we also are involved in other youth ministry projects like the Dream Center that there's a few spots like that reach troubled youth, and particularly one in Los Angeles, and there's also one here in Pittsburgh, and there's one in New Orleans. And then not only from that, from a local level to a national level, but we also have planted and bought 5 houses in Cuba, which become churches. We have also just recently helped, our church just raised finances to build a church in Lusaka, Zambia, in Africa, where we go in and we the first amount of money was to put in a water well, and from there they draw the community, and then we build a church. And we do that not just in Africa, but we also do that in Mexico. We also do that in India and a little bit of China. So it's just our small church is making a kind of a big splash.
And I think, like you say, it's not about necessarily our church, or it's about the church or the kingdom, right? It's that.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we're all a part of a church, but Jesus Christ is the head of the church, the big C. Somebody told me, big C, little c.
Yeah.
So we're just a little C with all the other little C's making up God's church in the community, and we're happy to be a part of it. Yeah.
Well, wonderful. So if somebody's interested in Champion Life Church, or even wants to be, maybe how can people support Champion Life Church? Obviously, attendance and services, things like that. But if people are interested in checking out some of the things that you do to serve the community, obviously we've talked about looking for a permanent building, not being in the high school. You have that going on now.
That's actively coming really soon.
Things like that. So just, if there's anybody here that's saying interested in Champion Life, how they can help, how they can serve, how they can attend, just give us that.
Yeah, mychampionlife.com is where we are, and we just want to love people right where they are at their point of need, and just see God do some great things as He's already is, and we know He'll continue to do that.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Of course, we hope that if this speaks to you, you look up Champion Life, attend. They're looking to make, find a church building here. So if you have anything that you feel in your heart is a way you can connect with them or serve, please get in contact with them. But thanks for watching this episode of People Purpose Planet.